Uh, I welcome you to this show. This is, WGSN-DB Going Solo Network Radio TV station, and my name is Salman Bulamparti. I'm a motivational speaker. So I'm speaking from Bangalore, India. It's very, the lockdown is here, and we are going through this lockdown period, and the kind of bit of a uh, tight situation, not so grim, so to say, and everything is cool here. So thank you very much for coming on the show, and I hope everything is cool and everything is fine over there in all the parts of the world. And even if there is anything anything otherwise also, hold on, we can really get through this, and we can really come out victorious. So thank you very much. Welcome to the show. My name is Salman Bulamparti. This is WGSN-GoingSoloMedia.com. I welcome you all to this today's show. So our topic, today's topic is, I have been thinking on how we are actually faring in our businesses, in our individual professions, and especially businesses. Let us say. So how are we doing? So that is in my mind. Even I run a business. Mine is motivational speaking and leadership training, and I'm a coach also. So I'm wondering, how our businesses are doing as a business person, as a head of a business. If you are running a business, how it is going? Okay. So my dear friends, it's all about a mindset. It's all about a winning mindset at any day. That is what is required for any time. Either it could be a time like this where it is things are not so happening, not so kicking. We are really in a stalemate. But at any time, it's all about a winning mindset. What would be your winning mindset will always carry you through. So I have been thinking of this, and I have been thinking of how would I give you a couple of tips, as well as I also look at my own business as well. While I'm talking to you, I'm also looking at myself. And again, as a speaker, and again as a writer and author, we can share some ideas on this, because I have been reading through a couple of books on leadership, on success and growth. Perhaps it could be I thought it would be great if I could share some ideas with you. So there is this great author on leadership and success and leadership. He said that development happens, any growth happens on 3 areas. That is ideas, relationships, and adventure. It's about ideas, relationships, and adventure. So what are those ideas we can generate at any point in time? That really, that will be the bottom line. That will be the the benchmark for anything. What are those ideas you can generate? So that is one thing. And the second one is relationships. See, relationships with people. When you have, business is all about relationships, as you know it. So that is again another thing, in businesses, in the relationships, how we develop those relationships. And thirdly, the adventure, the risk-taking ability of a person. So these 3 areas, he was talking. And any leader is an architect who can build on these 3 areas, these 3 frameworks. So that is what a leader does. He creates a kind of he's an architect where he creates all this. He effortlessly, manifests these 3 areas in an organization or in his own administration or whatsoever. So I wanted you to look at a couple of ideas. What could be the ideas we can generate during this time? I just wanted to, before actually I go forward on this, I just wanted you to just, bring to our conscious, a quote. It's never too late to be what you might have been, George Eliot. It's never too late to be what you might have been. We all, have the potential to become, the biggest successes in whatever area we are operating in, isn't it? We all have the capability. If you look at it, the very idea of forming a business per se is an idea is given by the universe to you because you are capable of it. You are inherently gotten the ability, and perhaps that is the reason why the universe has ordained you with that idea to run a business. Suppose, yeah, many areas, many businesses they start because they think that of late I've been a part of a network organization. One gentleman, I told you, I think perhaps, but it is very good to remember once again that one gentleman said, "Hey Solomon, you are into motivational speaking. Motivational speaking does not happen, man. Are you really living through? Could you able to make some income out of this?" "No sir, I'm not able to make it." "But how are you going through?" But sir, but this is where my passion is." "No, no, 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 my friend, this will not work for you. So why don't you go and sell some insurance?" He said, "Go into insurance. Insurance is a very big thing, so you can do that." Then I said, I'm sorry sir, I cannot imagine myself doing that." So many of us, and quite a few of us, are into businesses where your strength zone is not there. Perhaps you are there because someone has suggested you, or someone is doing this one and you saw him grow or you saw her grow, and you might have formed the business. But again, it doesn't happen. And over when you are doing, when you continue in that business, whatever you are doing, and then slowly and steadily the universe will reveal to you your purpose, my friends. So you continue on that particular business, whatever you are doing. Either you have taken it, so slowly and steadily, there will be a way, there will be a tangent where it will show you a direction, provided if you are quiet and you listen to those signals that have been given to you by the universe. Slowly, you will get that way for your growth. So thank you very much once again to welcome you on to this show. My name is Solomon Vulumpurt. I'm a motivational speaker. I'm talking from Bangalore. I have a leadership organization by name Standard Leadership Academy. I do coaching, and I have written a book on success, which is known as Stand Out With Your Heart, which is on Amazon. I request you to purchase that book. My philosophy of leadership is stand out. No matter where you are, whatever may be your condition, your position, economical position, or somebody, you don't know somebody, it doesn't matter. All you have to see is that whether you got the passion or not. If you have the passion for anything, whatever it is, don't look at the business aspects of it, the marketability of the idea or the saleability of the idea or whatever, it doesn't matter. I just encourage you, whatever your passion is, whatever your strength, that is where your strength is, in fact. That is the biggest strength. Because business as such, will really hit you at times. So if you do not have the passion, if you are not backed up, by the strength of your conviction, on that passion, on that idea, on the particular, gift what you have, perhaps, you wouldn't continue in that, because it's oftentimes, it's not so easy. We will be hit at times. Things wouldn't work, and things, business is such a, is a different beast altogether, it. So, my dear friends, so I encourage you, if you really have not, if you are starting a business, I encourage you to start your business on your passion, whatever you are good at, whatever you will not be tired doing it, whatever you will be doing it, even without a pay at times. So that is what I wanted to encourage you. Or if you are into a business already, and if you are doing, go through that. Like Winston Churchill said, if you are going through hell, go through it. So as you are going through it, you will find a way, and that way would be your best way. Perhaps that is the one all the life, all your life you have been waiting for. Go ahead with that. So here, ideas, when I say the ideas for you to scale up your business or to run your business is that, see, I would tell you again, you need to have the fundamental aspect of it is a winning mindset. And the second thing is that, as you are, if you are running a business, let us say, I look forward, to venture out to with people. Again, to venture out, to partner with people who are in their allied businesses. For example, if I have to tell you, if you are in an advertising business, let us say, you observe those people, again, Here the relationship counts. You need to know the person. You need to know the person is a genuine person. You need to know the person has full of potential, and he's really good at, he has that passion. So you need to partner with him. Suppose if you are into an advertising business or into a digital marketing, into a digital marketing platform, you can see some businesses, some people who are running their businesses, and you can partner with them. And you know that the business, their model is not so, tuned to the market, or they can really improve upon that. I request you to go there and you to partner with him. You offer yours. And again, don't, I always think that, many businesses, we are all suffering, especially the business entrepreneurs, we are all suffering because of financial, the investment. We do not have a sufficient investment with us. And just because of, because a business is all about the investment. Somebody said there is no business without investment. There is no business which does not require money and does not require financial resources, right? So in that connection, so many businesses are suffering because we really do, at some point in time, we may waste some money because we do not know some things. We'll do some certain things, trial and error method, and we may end up losing some a good chunk of money, good resources, which are hard-earned money, and we may lose that money. I have done that. You know what? I'll tell you one thing. When I started my copywriting, my advertising business, before being a speaker, I have been a copywriter. Even today, also I write your websites, but only to select people, whom I like, and whom I am really, kicked up and really be excited about. So during that time, what happened? I just thought that I took an office, and I took a kind of a board and a kind of a standee, and kept it outside my board, saying that if I look at that idea, a copywriter is here, just walking, get your brochures, profiles be written. A copywriter is here. I put a arrow mark inside the office, and then I said, get your brochure, profile written. And I gave my number down. And that particular standee costed me quite a sum during that time, and even now I swear. So it costed me something. It's made up of iron, very thick iron thing, and I carried it on my bike, and from somewhere it took me about 2,000 rupees. I brought it there, and then one flex print was taken and was attached to that one, and kept it, and sat in my room and saying that, yeah, now people will come. You know what? I used to get calls saying that, hey, who is this here? Is there a writer here? Yes, sir, I'm Solomon. Yeah, I'm sitting here. What do you want? Should I write a profile for you? Then he said, sir, I want a profile, but in Chinese language. My God. See, that kind of a situation. So after so many calls, that somebody was telling me, sir, can you please wash my car? So, my dear friends, what I'm saying is that, this way we really do that. We don't have, nobody, there is no, we all wanted to be independent. We all wanted to, that's a great thing. We all have to be independent. We all have to, come out of the 9-to-5 job, and we need to have that freedom for ourselves. And provided when you have that, acquired that kind of an experience and expertise, then certainly you have to be on your own. So, what I request you is, rather than sitting idle and waiting for, you advertise for you market for yourself, you market your service and service, and then you sit in your office and waiting for clients to walk in. It doesn't happen like that sometimes. Even I have done, just this example I have done. I just shared with you that, I kept a board and said. And even if I have given some advertisements in other platforms as well, spent about huge money. 10,000 rupees I spent for just dial people, and then and waiting for them to call me, and they call me, and they used to send messages, and the messages say that sometimes some fictitious messages. I can say that, I can say that company's name, and it doesn't matter. There is again another one by name Sulekha.com. I paid about 10,000 rupees to that gentleman. So advertisement also will not help you. It will not really take you anywhere. So what I mean to say is that as and when you need to have that winning mindset, when you have that winning mindset, that positive mindset, that enthusiasm, and you look at businesses and wherein your services are directly related to those businesses in taking their businesses to the next level and helping them, and why do you sit up there? And you go and talk to them. Hey, what are you into? I'm into this particular business. I'm into advertising. I'm into digital marketing. I'm into you know any other area which can help businesses. So what happens then? Then can I help you with your business? Then he say, hey, what is your charges? Then I say, generally I charge this. What is your budget? Tell me your budget. So then the gentleman will tell his budget. Then you will understand. So he'll say, I cannot pay you that much money. What we will do is we can do a barter system. So it doesn't matter. I want you to grow. Perhaps when you grow, and you can really pay back. Perhaps you can contribute. I know for sure. So let me do it for you. So you can partner with them, and then what happens is, it's all about getting busy, doing work. That is the key for anybody to grow. My dear friends, if you are giving, advertisements and waiting for them, the business to happen, the clients to come in, it doesn't happen like that. Most of the times, unless and until you have that kind of a bandwidth, a financial bandwidth, where you release full page ads, and you have offices, scaling up, like a skyscraper offices in one of the best buildings in the town, in the cities. It happens. It can be good, but otherwise, if you are a small businessman, a small entrepreneur, just started, are at a mid-level business owner, what you require is a good partnership. You have to see whichever company, whichever organization, whichever. You can see many businesses in and around your places and all, and then you can partner with them, help them grow. And again, I just warn you, even if you do some work that way also, some people might not turn around as you have expected. It doesn't matter. So, my dear friends, what I'm trying to tell you is that, rather than, spending your money on your advertisements, newspaper advertisements and all that stuff, digital marketing again is another big game. I tell you, it will not help you. All it could do is, there are many people who are there out there, this one. So, you will attract 90% of the crowd which do not really have anything, to do with it. They all want to see what you are. Can they really, are you gullible or not? They wanted to check with you. So, my dear friends, what I'm trying to tell you is that partner with them, offer your services, in a kind of sometimes you can do that. And again, as you are going through, you find a very good organization. So maybe if you are talking about 10 organizations, you are offering your services, maybe out of 10, one organization will be that one which will be scaling because of your work. When you have partnered with them, and it will grow. And the gentleman, whoever is operating that one, is very, very, as a visionary. He has big ideas to grow global. And with that one business, with that one organization, you will really grow where you cannot even imagine. So you may be thinking that, Solomon is, out of his mind and he's talking all this. How can I offer my services free? Solomon, are you in your right mind? You may ask me. But this is the truth, my dear friends. I will give you an example for that. So, ideas, relationships. Ideas come from relationships. You need to partnerships with the idea. Joining hands with other people offering you services on a pro bono basis. You can offer them services. Look, you don't need to pay me. You said these are my charges, but if it is difficult for you, it doesn't matter. I can really offer my services for you. So you sit there and you work. As you're working, you don't really hold anything back. You go there and when you're full steam and work on that idea as if it is that idea that really somebody has paid you a fortune for that. That way you will really go forward and work with people. So as you're working, in that work, you never know when that work, when that advertisement is released or whatever digital marketing is done and the business grows or some person sees that, you never know. I can guarantee you that the work will. What happened is that I have been I started my academy. I do not have that much of budget, but there is my good friend who is helping me with a little bit of resources, and she offered, she coaches me on that. And if you really wanted to talk to me, I will tell you who that coach is. And yeah, everybody needs coaches. I can coach you, and somebody has to coach me. It's like we all need people to help us to think in a different perspective, the right perspective. So I started my academy. What happened is that and I do not have that much money, and whatever little money I have, I put it in digital marketing, and then I just advertised my workshops and sessions. Nobody turned up. I wanted to do on Saturday one motivational talk for students every Saturday from 5 to 6, because the students are going helter skelter. They don't know, they are bored sometimes. So I wanted to have a motivational talk for every student. So I just wanted an advertisement for that. I put in some money and asked for a digital marketing person, and that person, what happened? He released that ad, and then the numbers came. They used to call me, and couple of, and out of 40 messages I got from Facebook, out of 40, almost about 35 are fictitious. They're not really interested. They just clicked it just for the heck of it. So I could not able to move forward. What happened was, I was just doing my day to day. I'm going to the office, and then I'm thinking what to do next, and I'm just empowering people. Whichever person I come across, I used to go to, and I generally used to hunt, hang in a place. It's a coffee shop where I go there. I meet some very some gentleman. I used to say, "Hi sir, my name is Solomon. What's a good name?" So he has a business. See, how can I help you? Can I help you something? So then he used to say that, "Solomon, this is what I am. I'm stuck with here." Then I used to connect with another person. That way I'm doing. And suddenly one day it so happened that one gentleman has introduced me to a group, WhatsApp group, and that group is an organization. He's a good friend of mine. So they have a mission. So this is an NGO. It's a non-profit organization. And then suddenly I thought that they're working for students. Then what happened? I just attended a meeting. There, the people who have run that foundation, I got to know them, and then I told them, "Sir, I'm a motivational speaker." What happened is, today I'm traveling all over the state, in a particular state. I'm not getting any pay for that, but I'm so busy I cannot even tell you, because I'm working with students. So my sessions are happening in each district. 2 districts we have done already, and I have given sessions. And from there I got into another place where I could get some money. While I'm working for that organization, it's an NGO, and they work with marginalized students, poor students. Then we used to give them motivational session to the poor students. From there's a couple of institutions opened up where I can go there, and they pay me money for my sessions. So while I'm working for that organization, there are those opportunities I could have never come to know about that organization, those opportunities. I could have never got those opportunities by an advertisement or anything. So my dear friends, what I'm saying is that, so today I'm like chock-a-block. My entire, once this lockdown is up, and then I have to go, and I will go to those, work with that organization. They take me to different districts, and there are about hundreds of students are there. The only thing is that they have just started their operations, so then the word has to spread out. So we need to gather the students. So for which I'm on this mission again. I offered my services to call those people, those stakeholders who the like institutions where the students are studying, so that we can call them. We take their numbers and enlist those numbers from each college, and then pull them up, and then talk to another person, so that person will will work with the student, directly talk to them, and explain them what we are going to do. So with all these people on a day-to-day basis, I am making 10 calls to each person, and each call will run up to 1 hour. And again, periodically I used to call them. I have to call them again and again during this lockdown period. I am not sitting idle, so I have been calling them. So if I call a person today, and again, and after 2 days, 3 days, again I will call the same person, so that, "Hey, how are you doing? What happened? I told you." And then they said, "Mr. Salma, we are going ahead with that." And the children are excited. And again, How are the things are happening? Are you doing good? Are you excited about this? Yes, I'm excited. You know why you should be excited about is this, because the vision is we are helping students. So perhaps when the students grow, and your services might also be be appreciated. Your role in this particular operations is also may be appreciated. So he was so kicked up. So my dear friends, so what I'm trying to say is that offer your services generously. Offer your services generously. Work with people. Don't even, as long as you have your you okay, fine, you are going through. Yeah, we all have to put in a little money for going through and doing the services without having any pay or anything. It's difficult, but I encourage you to go through that, to take that pain, to take that little pain and make it happen. And very soon, very soon, and it's not far, it wouldn't be too long that you will get to that you will get to the breakthrough. I'm very confident about that. So that is what it is. So thank you very much for being here. So take a small break, and we'll take a small break and we'll be back. Okay. Thank you very much. And okay, welcome back. Thank you for being on the show. And this is WGSN-DB Going Solar Network.com, and we are. My name is Salman Bulampati, and I'm a motivational speaker speaking from Bangalore, India. So welcome back. So what I'm saying is that, see, this offering your services generously to people is a one area. So there is a gentleman whose name is his name is Joe. Okay, he is selling newspaper space to companies. He's working for a newspaper, as a newspaper publication. So this gentleman is a marketing executive. So he is to sell space of this newspaper to various companies. So he used to have. I told you that we need to have a winning mindset, a positive mindset. This gentleman is to go to the particular organization, and he used to say, and let us assume that the gentleman's name is some Smith. Okay, this gentleman say, "Hey Smith, how are you doing? I see you are producing some of the best products in the top products in the market. You know what? If I can join you, and if I can do a great advertisement of your products, perhaps the whole town will be agog about it. They'll be so excited about it. How awesome if we could work together. How awesome if I can help you with that." So this Smith has no other this Smith has no other option except that, wow, that's great. Why don't we do that? See, in this whole, the way, Mr. Joe has approached the client, you can understand there is a huge lesson out here. Isn't it? Ain't it, friends? Generally what happens, we approach people, that, hey, I am so and so. And you tell just, what your services are, and you just explain what you do. And then you will just come out there. You will just say, these are the services you will talk about. You need to create a good picture. Here what he said, that if you understand, if you really recollect what I have said, I'll say it again. For the whole town will be excited, because my advertisement, my services, my expertise, in putting it, into the nicest way, and, talking about your products. And yes, you always create a big picture, the big picture of your association, both of your association, I should say. So that is the key for you. The way you create the big picture into the association of your services and to the services of the other gentleman, and if you both combine together, what that magic can happen if you explain to the people, there wouldn't be any. So are you doing that? I just give you an example. This Joe is doing that. For that reason, what Joe used to do, it seems that He used to, before, going to a client, he used to sit up in a quiet place and think about, as if, the sale has been done in his mind. He has already, that the client has already appreciated his services, and he is using his services, he has taken his services, and both of them are doing the work already. So he already, imagined that kind of a scenario, or the sale has been done in his mind. He quietly sits there and he contemplates, and the whole conversation has happened in his mind. And then when he goes straight into the client, he just, speaks to him as if they both were on the same page, they both were working together, collaborating his services, and to that service. And he talks from that, standpoint. How awesome is that, my friend? So he created the big picture. I want you to do that. I want you to do that. I want you to tell the client that, hey, look here, I have these services, I have these coaching services or these training services provided. If I can train your people, if I can really come here and I can give you a kind of a teaching on the leadership concepts and on communication, on influence, I tell you that your employees will be so kicked up and so excited and so enthusiastic. Perhaps they will contribute at least 20% more than what they are contributing. And when all these basic problems of lack of commitment, lack of enthusiasm, and lack of teamwork, and with this kind of problems being solved from your end, and you will be so happy to concentrate on the idea generations things. You can concentrate on the vision part of it, and that will be, you will be totally relieved from this mundane day-to-day work. That kind of mundane day-to-day work is you've been relieved about that. So how awesome would be that? Rather, on a typical situation, on any situation, how we approach people is that we will say that, sir, we will conduct a beautiful training for you, and I have done this, and you show a list of things where you have done, and I have been here, I have been in Microsoft, I have been this thing, and nowadays, people are not so dumb. They know that, when you have done to my Microsoft, it's an obvious thing. Tell me what the result that has happened. Show me one client and give me a number, and then nowadays, people do things, for if you know somebody in the door, you can I don't know, I can say I would be the person that when I look at his enthusiasm, I would certainly hire that gentleman. So I wanted you to create that big picture. When you and the other gentleman, other business and your services and the product or the service what you wanted to offer with, and you when you created the big picture, and with that kind of an enthusiasm and excitement, and looking at that good big picture, nobody can dare say. Either they can say, hey, what is your cost? Maybe your cost is some X amount. I'll say, oh, okay, fine. I cannot bear that X amount, but I can give you half of it. Would you be able to do that? Take it up. So here you have already done the sale, and what you are talking is as if. So that is a great. It is called as positive assumption. I wanted you to make note of that. That is called as positive assumption, and it is given by a great motivational speaker, Brian Adams. So my dear friends, so that's positive assumption is that one. I'll tell you one small story what happened. One gentleman called me one day, hey Solomon, how are you doing? I was driving from somewhere, I was it's Bangalore traffic is crazy. That time it's pre-corona season that time. I was coming from place, and then this gentleman called me and the mobile was ringing. I said, hey, how are you doing? Yeah, Solomon, is it you? Yeah, yeah. Are you free? I said, okay, fine, I can talk to you, no problem. And he said, look, I have a thing. What is that? I have an event happening. I'm running. I wanted to put up a networking event. Hey, buddy, is it? It's already I met him in a networking organization, and this gentleman wants to put up another networking event. I said, too many events, right? No. Mine is a special event where we can have cocktail party, and then people can come and have nice drink, nice beer, and then they can talk. They can exchange their business cards and talk about their business and all. How awesome is that? I said, cool. Why don't we do that? No, Solomon, you have to come. I said, my friend, look here. You call people and they have, some nice time there, and then they exchange cards and they go away. Perhaps if I can come over there and if I can give a talk on certain concepts, I know, because you know that I have been reading a lot. I'm I have a lot of things to share with you, and because our job as trainers and speakers and coaches, our job is to help businesses, that. So why don't I come and I can give you a talk, give the people a beautiful talk, so that they will be excited and they will go back with some takeaways, some concepts, some principles, some perspectives. How about that? And he was so kicked up. I created a beautiful picture in front of him. He said, Solomon, you know what? I do not have much of a budget. I have just been advertising, in my circles. So I wouldn't expect more people there. But I wouldn't really, can't make, any payment for you. How would you do that? Yeah, no problem. But just see that my travel is born. I wouldn't travel on my own expense. Then that's fine. That's cool. You can come over. We can. And again, for you the dinner is free and the drinks are free. I said okay, fine. But I wouldn't take those drinks. But anyway, the dinner I like it. Then I immediately went over. I just gave a beautiful, but has it not been for the lockdown, you would have had conducted many things. And that very concept of bringing speakers into his event, I just he's convinced of that idea. And what happens? I knew for sure tomorrow some speakers come, and perhaps I can be the regular speaker there. I can tell him, you can bring any speaker, but I will be the main speaker there. I will be the permanent speaker there. And then we can add on speakers. Some days you can bring on some brand expert, whatever. So, my dear friends, what I'm trying to say is create that big picture. When you're talking to your clients, when you're talking to your partners, business people, create that big picture, positive assumption. That is exactly what you have to look at, my friends. So, that is one thing. And the other one is adventure. So we have talked about this one, and again, I wanted you to visualize. I wanted you to visualize in your mind, when you have a quiet time early in the morning or any time of the day, you go to a quiet place and assume what you wanted to become, what your dream is all about. Oftentimes, I'm a writer. Again, my basic profession is writing. I have been a copywriter in advertising agencies for 24 years. I wrote my book, 2016 I published. I'm writing again 3 more books. Okay, and I visualize that, someday during this time, I'm coming out with one book very soon, which I have written a long back, 2014 I have written, but I have forgotten that. And that book is quite good enough. I read it through. It's about, some 150 pages, 6 chapters. So I wonder, a university professor looks at that. A Harvard professor will look at that. I wanted to send to a Harvard professor, sir, just go through this so that, if it is of any value or anything like that. And I wanted to send it to a great business entrepreneur so that, if he likes it, perhaps I can put that, that line in this one, before I send it to this one. So I'm imagining that my book I can write a book, bestseller book. And I'm imagining that, a client is paying me about 2 crores, taking care of his entire year-long operations, wherein, I design their courses. The entry level staff and the mid level staff, employees, and even the seniors, the leadership team. I'm designing their the training sessions, the speaking sessions, and what I'm imagining that somebody is giving me a budget, huge budget, where I can have lot of options, where I can conduct trainings in 7-star hotels and resorts and exotic locations in Dubai and all that, because that is my dream. That is what I think that, if you conduct a session in a regular mundane office, in their office, what environment, determines, the amount of, your entire being, how you receive that information, that message. So environment makes a huge difference. Take them to a different locale. I always have this dream of, conducting sessions in exotic resorts, where there is an idyllic situation, environment there. It's a quiet, and then you take them in the morning, and then there, and then bring them here, and then having a session morning and afternoon, and in the late in the night again you give a kind of a talk where there's a visualization happens and all that for 3 days back to back sessions, and in 3 days they come back a different personality altogether. And perhaps if they come back from this 3-day or 4-day session from those exotic destination resorts after having these leadership sessions along with me, a couple of speakers more, and the company cannot even recognize the gentleman because his entire being, his entire personality is revamped, is totally overhauled. My God, that they cannot even recognize him. His language will change, his very personality will change, his very body language will change, the way he shakes hand and the way he says hello. Oh my goodness, it is totally in a kind of a blast altogether. So for that kind of thing, I'm visualizing, I'm imagining. I just tell you, there is a gentleman by name, James Brown. James Brown has, shining shoes in front of a radio station in America. I like America. America is a beautiful country where, dreams are fulfilled, visions are, manifested, where, wealth is created from nowhere. My goodness, that is a crazy. I love to be there. I love to be there. So, my friend Sisa is from America, and this is an American show. Welcome to the show, my friends. My name is Salman, but I'm a motivational speaker. Shashi Shaz is my friend, and this show, she gave me this opportunity. James Brown is shining shoes in front of a radio station. And then he was imagining as people come here and, hey, I want to shine my shoe. Yes, sir, you are looking, everything is perfect except for the shoe. Let me shine your shoe. Sparkling, glittering, sparkling. Once he touches his hand, his magical hand, it goes through that and then he puts it. It does like a magic. It does like a magic. And the minute you see him shining his shoes, and it is like a painting, Michelangelo's painting it could be like. If somebody could see him shining, they would go mad, nuts. My God, that's what James Brown was telling. And he was imagining in his mind, that one day I would like to own this radio station. Isn't it? What a beautiful thing. So he was imagining every day, sir, you can go into the radio station. And then people were, talking about this radio station is a beautiful. Why are you tuning into this radio station? It's a wonderful thing. Why don't you tune in? See, always go add extra value to people. Always go add extra value to people. Always go in giving, something extra to people. That is, should be your personality. And I tell you, and with that kind of a personality, nothing can stop you. Nothing can stop you. Miracles can happen. Magic can happen in your business. And you do not know that. So James Brown, as he imagined that, as he visualized every day, one day he became so rich. I do not know. I don't know the real story, but the truth is that, and it's recorded in the history, that he became, so wealthy that he owned a radio station, and his wealth, gone to about, 400 million US dollars or something like that. So that is what you can become. That is what is possible. Anything is possible if you have that kind of a passion, enthusiasm with you. And finally, I wanted to, we are coming to a close for this session. Finally, that, adventure, ideas, relationships, and adventure. And this particular, thing is given by, the leadership author. I would recommend you to read this book, Warren Bennis on Becoming a Leader. Beautiful book. Warren Bennis. I'm really so kicked up, reading Warren Bennis. So my dear friends, so the final one is the adventure. Adventure is about risk taking. Adventure is about, you going forward with that faith in yourself, in your ability, in your passion. Where you are coming from. It's all about, not where you are and where you want to go with that passion. Said, Robert Stevenson, Louis Stevenson, Robert Stevenson. It's not about where you are, but where you want to go. That's all. That's the end of life. That's all about the life is. Where you are going. So, my dear friends, so you want to go somewhere, take adventure, take the risks. take that, that kind of situation. See, you think that, when I said, partnering your services, giving your, offering your services for less, or at a zero, something as a complimentary service, is it a small thing? You need courage, it gives guts. And your mind will come up with such crazy things, that what happens if that gentleman does not be grateful. And that's what the social media is all about. So much of gossip, so much of talking about he ditched me, he did that, he did that. My God, it's not so easy with that kind of a situation. The news and the they won't talk about that magic that happened. All they talk about is what did not happen. That's what social media is all about. So we become, inadvertently become, take those ideas, and we somewhere, whatever, we this. So to offer your services at this one, is it a small thing? It needs courage, it needs guts, it needs adrenaline. To partner in a vision and another one's vision. I have been going, places. I knew that, I used to sleep in, small places. Sometimes I do not have my food. But I go there and I do that. And then I travel in a bus, which is, about 10 hours, or the 10 or 15 hours. Through the night, and again the following day morning, I landed up there. I cannot even recognize myself when I look into the mirror. So adventure. So that adventure is all about it. And with that kind of a scenario, my friends, I am telling you, nothing is impossible. That, and again, you are your walking advertisement. Again, Brian Adams says that. You are your walking advertisement. The way you walk, the way you project your thoughts, the way you think, the way you say hello, the way you communicate, and the big picture is all about your advertisement. And you come to the room and you change the whole scenario. When you get into the conversation, you just change the whole picture about that. And you see the big picture. Nobody else can see you as clearly as you can see. Nobody else can see, into that very minute detail and to the far ends of where it can go. I can see for this organization, this organization has, I can see the big picture where it can go in 5 years, in every year or 6 months. I can see where they can go. I paint that picture with that the founder and the other visionaries in this organization. How it can manifest, what could happen, and everybody gets excited about that, and they say, yes, Solomon, we need you, we want to work with you. So my dear friends, so the positive assumption, as if all we wanted to dream, all you are dreaming, as if it has been manifested, it has been come into reality. So with that kind of a spirit and enthusiasm, and with that kind of a vision, if you move forward in your respective businesses, in organizations, wherever you are, if you are a professional, if you are in leadership role in an organization, in a corporate, I tell you, miracles can happen, my dear friends. So thank you very much for being on this show. My name is Salman Vulumpati. I just wanted to, sign it off with, Michael Jordan's quote. I expect most from myself that other people feel impossible to expect from themselves. I repeat again, Michael Jordan, I expect more from myself that other people feel impossible to expect myself. And somebody sees you, my God, they cannot, they will say, how can he do this? How can he go to this level? How can he make this magic and miracle in his life? Because I expected most from myself than other people expect of themselves. So my dear friends, thank you very much for being on this show. It's a pleasure talking to you. Thank you very much for Sase Shaz, my friend, and going solo. I encourage you, business people, to come on this show, advertise your, business. Advertorials can be placed here. We would really like to help you and grow your business as well. And whichever business you are into, you can have an advertorial placed in our show, and we have a very large viewership across across the globe, in US, Europe, Asia, and again in India. And again, yes, I have not been advertising, but otherwise many people would come on this show slowly and steadily. We'll do that. So thank you very much, and we look forward to see you next, not the following week, at the day, every second Thursday and fourth Thursday I'm coming on the show. This is Motivational Power, Salman Vulumpati. Wish you all the best. and have that, you are the walking advertisement yourself, and you are the person, your dream has already been fulfilled. You are a fulfilled businessman, you are a billionaire, you are a magician. Wherever you go, you make magic. That is what you, and it is going to be revealed. And you, on the floor, you are a magician, you are a miracle maker, you are you are a billionaire. Your idea is your passion worth a billion, my dear friends. That is what you, whatever you are at the current, that is not you. And this is what you are. You are a billionaire, and you manifest miracles and magic wherever you are. Whatever you associate with, you will create magic to that organization and to that business. Believe that, and you will soon become that. Thank you very much being on the show. This is Salman Mulamparthi, motivational speaker, and check my website www.standoutleadershipacademy.com, and I do coach people, and I conduct sessions, I give motivational talks for various organizations. Spread the word about Solomon. Yes, Solomon is for growth, Solomon is for success, Solomon is for billions. Thank you very much. Have a great time. See you next time. Woo! Yay!